What do you mean you can't suck on a straw?
I couldn't.
They
purse
flipped
my
it too
lips.
hard, Krystyna.
Well, they did because I'm like, I couldn't suck on anything. I'm like, Doc.
Are you serious?
It's not called singing lips.
Welcome to Guys We...
Well, hello there, citizens of planet Earth. What a time to be alive, huh? How you doing? Welcome to another exciting, adventurous episode of Guys We...
It's the Anti-Slut Shaming Podcast. I'm Corinne Fisher.
I'm Krystyna Hutchinson.
Make sure to check out these full episodes on YouTube. It's youtube.com/guyswe...
FCKED.
Yeah, it's that. And you can follow us on social media. I'm at Philanthropy Gal.
I'm at Krystyna Hutch.
And Eric.
I'm at Eric FRETTY.
Nice. Hello.
And if you want to email us, it's sorryaboutlastnightshow@gmail.com. Our inbox has been amazing lately. Give us more, please. Today's subject line and...
Also, before we go on, could I just say, reminding people to send in music because we're always looking for
we got it.
new music.
You have the inbox on your
Yes.
phone or something?
Yeah.
Okay, because there's
Yeah,
a ton of music submissions.
Yes, but I just want to keep reminding
Yeah.
people every few weeks so
Okay.
that, people keep sending it.
Okay. I thought you were going to interrupt with your tour dates. And I was like, okay. This subject line, and I changed the name on these just in case. You know what I mean? The subject is need help/advice for breaking up with my girlfriend who is really in love with me.
well, you know what? Maybe she's not as in love with you as you think.
I read that and I'm like, oh no, poor guy, poor girl. Let's go.
Talk about clippable moments right there.
Oh, there's going to be some clippable moments. Just you stay tuned.
Is it a pun?
Yeah, it is. You'll get it in a second.
Oh my God.
Hi, Corinne and Krystyna. I've been a fucker since 2018. I love the show. My name is, and I changed it, Dan. I'm 26. I've been dating my girlfriend, Amanda, 27.
Wait, maybe he didn't change it on purpose because he wanted us to do his dirty work for him. So good thing you did change it, Krystyna.
So we're not, and that's why I changed it.
Wow.
Not for your privacy.
Because he knows that we know that men don't break up with their girlfriends.
Yeah, because you listen to the show. Oh, using our own knowledge
Even when a
against us.
psychic tells them to.
For a little over been dating my girlfriend Amanda, a year older than you, 27, for a little over 3 years. And we have been living together for about 2.
Oof.
When we first started dating, I lived with my parents and she lived with hers. And we both saved up money so that we could find a place together. Around 5 to 6 months of living together, she quit her job due to some health issues. I was very supportive of this decision because I wanted her to focus on her health and get better. Also, I was able to get a lot of overtime at work at the time, so financially, we were surviving. After a few doctor's visits, her health issues were her boobs causing her back pain and shoulder pain, as well as the early signs of fatty liver disease.
He heard fat and he was like, I'm out. Absolutely not.
If that fat in them titties, then walk those melons out of here. So plan was for her to lose some weight and get a breast reduction surgery.
Good plan.
Yeah. So convenient for you. No, I'm just kidding. I was also very supportive of this as well. When we first started dating, we were both big stoners. But to help with the exercise and the weight loss, we both quit smoking. Oh, see, I love exercising stone, but that's another topic for another day. And I mainly quit to be supportive. Well, that's very nice of you. I also told her that it would be okay if she didn't work for a bit to just adjust to a new diet and exercise plan. Well, fast forward to now, she hasn't made an effort to lose weight, which I'm not trying to body shame. I still find her beautiful, or to find a new job while I'm working 40 plus hours to pay for everything. After about 6 months of not doing anything, I have confronted her about getting a job, even suggesting to maybe just do something part-time because it's getting tough paying for everything, and I'm not able to save money at all.
It's also wild that she was able to just not work to diet and exercise. I wish I could do that. That sounds great.
But then when she wasn't working, she didn't do either of those things. What was she doing? She claims she can't find a job she's interested in. Well,
Yeah,
that
welcome
doesn't really
to
matter.
being an adult.
Yeah, that doesn't really matter right now, does it?
You do one that you're not interested in while you figure out what you want to get interested in, because the interesting things usually don't pay money unless you're very, 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 very successful. So you got to work at the reception desk at Oasis Day Spa while you figure it the fuck out.
Hey, you just got to suck it up and know your mission.
Yeah.
The horrible podcasts I produced before this.
What?
Oh, he was saying that was his job.
Oh, wait,
that was
yeah,
Eric
wait.
roughing it before that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, when I was like 19, I was doing it for $25 and it was like everything.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, what's your main goal? Is your main goal to like get out of a certain situation? So you need we need financial backing? Well, get yourself that financial backing. It's never going to be a job you love. Ever. Okay, she claims she can't find a job she's interested in and that no one reaching back out to her. I understand the job. Yeah,
I want to see her
selective.
emails. Me need job.
Yeah. Please, with a W. I understand the job market is tough right now, but I think a part-time job somewhere would have hired her by now if she was actually looking.
I'm going to
think you're right,
agree.
sir. I think you're right. I'm starting to feel like I've been taken advantage of because I pay for everything. I cook her healthy dinners when I'm off work. I do. See, this is your problem. Stop doing this shit. I work half of the cleaning. I do half of the cleaning while she just stays at home and plays video games. Occasionally, we will go on a walk.
No, occasionally she will go on a walk.
Occasionally she
Like
will
a
go on
dog.
walk. Yeah, Jesus. That sounds terrible, dude. I've also changed my lifestyle quite a bit to support hers. I don't smoke anymore, and honestly, I really want to. I mean, you should. You don't have to. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, go smoke your weed. I also just have to work so much. I don't have the time or energy to appreciate my hobbies. That's fucked up. Or even spend time with friends.
Also, I feel like she's like probably smoking weed while he's doing all this
There's
stuff.
no way she's not at home all day with a video game console and not exercising and doing eating food. She's smoking weed, and if she's not smoking weed, she's eating edibles.
Yeah.
100%. This reeks of story.
I can't just I can't just imagine just an adult woman sitting home playing video games sober.
When you're somebody who loves weed and you're home all day and there's weed, you're not gonna not smoke it.
Yeah.
You're just not.
Yeah.
So I'm asking for help because I want to end this before I build up a large amount of resentment. I mean, boy, it sounds like you already have some.
I resent her a little bit.
I resent her. So I imagine you have some maybe suppressed resentment there because how could somebody not, right? But I'm scared because she's totally dependent on me and is madly in love with me.
The madly
I don't
in
know
love
if she's
with
madly
me
in love
part
with you.
is really funny.
I actually don't think she's madly in love with you. I think you
She
do
wouldn't
everything
be so
for her.
fat and lazy around you if she was madly in love with you.
Yeah, oh, when I'm madly in love, I'm going to
I
the
look
gym.
snatched.
I look snatched as shit.
Yeah.
During that falling in love phase, and you've been together for what, 3 years? So it's not that long.
Who's
You're not
madly in love 3 years? Madly?
madly.
Come
yeah.
on.
I think she's madly in love with that lifestyle you're giving her.
Yeah. She's madly in love with not working.
And I mean, look,
I'll be madly in love with you too.
yeah, me too. Me too. I'll fucking love the shit out of you. I'll give you blowjobs every day if that's what you provide for me. That's amazing. I love her too. Okay. Here, let me read this again. So I'm asking for help because I want to end this before I build up a large amount of resentment. But I'm scared because she's totally dependent on me and is madly in love with me. I love her too. She's like the best friend to me, but our situation isn't working for me anymore. And I'm lost on what to do. Love everything you two do. Okay.
I mean, she is dependent on you, but you continuing to enable her is actually the least loving thing you can do. So breaking up with her will be good for her and good for you. Two winners.
Yeah. So I would say, I mean, you live together. So you weren't living with your parents that long ago. I don't know what your relationship is like with your parents, but if it's pretty cool and they're not like a huge dent into your mental health, then I think that you both have a backup plan. You can go to your parents immediately. I don't know when your lease is up, but just pull the Band-Aid off, man. This is not working. And also, you can't be attracted to her. She's not like, when someone, I mean, I guess, I'm assuming guys care about this. Yeah. You got to live up to your potential and like get out there and find opportunities for yourself and be a go-getter and be hungry for something except the food at her house that she keeps eating when she's probably stoned when you're at work and she's playing video games.
Well, and also he doesn't even need to worry about his living situation. He's paying the rent 100% already, so he can stay in this apartment and she can go back to mommy and daddy.
That's true.
And you can get a roommate, or I mean, your expenses will still go down because you won't be paying for her food. I mean, that sounded rude. I didn't mean it in a rude way.
Also, just like,
food is expensive.
Food is expensive. And the electricity and the water bill, I'm assuming you guys pay. Like 2 people taking showers versus just 1 person taking a shower. Totally different water bill.
The lights in the video games will be off while you're working.
Yeah. Huge perk. Huge perk. Yeah, and I think you've lost. I think you're not saying this, but I'm wondering too. Is she giving you the ick?
Yeah, you don't want to fuck her because she sits at home and she's lazy and plays video games all day.
Yeah,
no one wants to fuck that.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree with Corinne. I think even though it feels cruel, you got to remind yourself that breaking up with this person's not right for you, and you're not right for her, and it is the most loving thing you could possibly do. She might, give some little, like, zhuzh the breakup up because she's trying to get you to stay, but just keep, when that happens, before you go into the conversation, during the conversation, and after, just remind yourself.
She doesn't love me that much. I just really don't think she does. Like, I don't want to be rude, but I just this doesn't speak to someone who, I think there's too much going on in her own life for her to be madly in love with you. I think she's madly dependent on you. I think sometimes that can come across as love, but I truly don't think someone exhibiting these behaviors towards themselves even is madly in love with anybody.
No, because when you're madly in love, you get off your ass.
Yeah.
And
correct.
You do stuff.
Yeah.
And you just, every day is just brightly colored, and it's sunny even when it's raining when you're madly in love. You know what I mean? There's a rain cloud over this girl. And, that sucks. But I think that getting dumped by you might be the best thing that'll ever happen to her.
Yeah.
So,
and you seem amped to do it. Then you can smoke some weed to celebrate.
Yeah. Oh my God. Smoke a fatty. You're going to get so stoned.
Hell yeah.
So thank you for writing in. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
All right, Corinne. So let's give the YouTube listeners some bang for their buck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so Eric's gonna get on the camera. So, guys, it's really been a time of beauty transparency. We saw Kylie Jenner reveal her exact measurements that she went to Garth Fisher to get her boobs done. And then Kris Jenner chimed in and she was like, yeah, he did my first facelift and did a great job.
Yo, that second one, pretty dope though, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, that one looks like
amazing.
Consistently in a wind tunnel, but in a good way.
I know. She's like always on a roller coaster going down.
I just felt that in the spirit of beauty transparency that I would have Krystyna Hutchinson cut out my extensions today.
Do I know what I'm doing? Yeah.
No.
You can figure it out though.
And, much apologies to my hairstylist. But you're probably not going to appreciate when you see this, but I just didn't really have an idea for what I wanted to do with my hair next. And these extensions got to come out. And quite honestly, I was just being cheap. And I didn't want to spend and make the trip. Yeah. I physically didn't want to make a trip. What?
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
For you to just cut these out and then be good to go. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And let me say, they're pretty tangled. So you'd probably be pretty upset. But, that's
your best.
That's my fault. I don't know what I did this time. I think the mayoral race, crept into my hair in the middle of the night. And I can't be
Andrew Cuomo came into Corinne Fisher's house and tangled her extensions.
You know what? Actually, yeah. Andrew Cuomo did tangle my extensions. So
pug,
with his mind,
ball-sacked face of a man,
mind.
Yeah.
So
he diddled your extensions like he filled up all those titties in his women who worked for him.
That being said, if you're in New York City, please go to Wanderlust and work with Angela because she does wonderful work.
Yeah.
But it's just too hot now that it's summer and I got to get these.
Okay, so you need to tell me what I'm doing.
Okay, so I believe the thread this time is white from what I've seen. There's one on this. There's two rows.
I'm cutting the actual thread.
You're cutting the thread. Don't cut the hair. But
right,
it should all be white, or there might be black thread in there, but I think it's white, which is actually easier to see on my scalp because my root is dark.
Yeah. The only time I've ever cut my hair is when my mom was in a mental hospital and it would mat so hard and I didn't know how to brush my hair, but I lied to my dad and I tell him I did. And I would go into the mats in my hair and I would have to cut them out myself because I was too embarrassed. So I have experience with scissors.
Yeah, hone your skills. Should we move this so that, I don't know if that's going to help.
I'd say just move your mic, Corinne.
I'll move my mic down.
Go down with it.
Yeah, and so this part's already flopping. I don't see. It's 2 rows of extension. The first one is the one that's really falling out. Like you can always see it starting here. But on the right side of
this, and this is all fake hair, right? Right, that's the extension.
I mean, let's hope. Yeah, this is fake.
Because your hair isn't that long.
This is fake hair. Well,
how long is your actual hair? It's like this long?
I think this is my actual hair.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I don't know anything about extensions because I can never get them because of the curls. But I thought that When you had okay, got it.
What did you think?
I thought that like everybody with extensions had like chin length hair, and then you put the okay.
You can. I mean, you can.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know anything about extensions.
And then, well, also the extensions, like you could tell, they're a little more damaged because they were treated like more.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it's pretty naughty. Something happened on like I'm worried about my real hair.
Don't worry.
Looped into the extension over here. That's what I'm worried about.
I had 4th, 5th, and 6th grade were the years that I went to school with matted hair.
And I did wash my hair today, so hopefully it wouldn't be weird because it does. You know, you can't fully clean to the extension part.
See, that's another reason why I can't get it.
Do you want a phone video of this as well, or
do you want? I mean, I might as well. Oh, weird.
And then there's like little brown things. Those are just like the little things holding in the thread.
See, you got a mat, and I'm very well versed with these.
Oh, perfect! I came to the right place.
Yeah. Because you got to like break it up little by little.
Because I just didn't even know what to do.
So I'm taking out. This is so fascinating. So I'm just cutting the actual white thread part.
Yeah, you don't. Is that the only color thread you see?
I see white and blue. They're both wrapped around the top of this extension right here.
Anything that's thread that's not my hair, you can cut.
Got it.
Like you're not going to damage anything.
Wow, I feel like I'm time traveling back to.
Because the extensions are reusable, but I fear this top piece is not going to be reusable.
Yep, I got it. Okay, well, now while I'm doing this, I'll say also in the name of beauty transparency, I tried the lip flip where you get Botox at the top of your lip.
Oh, I've gotten that.
Okay, well, I've never gotten that. I've never heard of it before. I'm like,
it's very slight, yeah.
Yeah, which is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, people treat you nicer when you're hotter, and every woman knows that. So I was like, let's try this lip flip. I didn't know you can't fucking suck on a straw. You can't purse your lips with the lip flip. I could barely like.
What do you mean you can't suck on a straw?
I couldn't.
They
purse
flipped
my
it
lips.
too hard, Krystyna.
Well, they did because I'm like, I couldn't suck on anything. I'm like, Doc.
Are you serious?
It's not called dick singing lips.
Wait. So how long ago did you get it? That you're so.
It already wore off. So I got it about like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Yeah,
something like that.
I feel like lip filler doesn't really last a long time. My body.
Well, it wasn't filler; it was the flip.
I know, but my body metabolizes anything near the lip. I don't have anything in my face
that's what
right
I like.
now.
That's where I'm like, ooh, lip filler might be cute because then it goes away. So it's like a bad haircut. Like it'll grow back. It's fine. Like the filler will go away, but who knows? Okay, I see.
I feel it loosening already.
Yeah, we're doing a good job.
Well, because I was
Don't worry, I have so much experience cutting.
And it started it starts then hanging at your hair, and then I was worried I was damaging my regular hair.
Oh, right.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I actually quite like extensions. It's been overall a pretty positive experience. But
yeah, they look great on you.
It's just too hot in the summer.
I love. I was telling you this. I don't think I told you this on the mic. We were talking about this on the mic, but you originally brought it up on the mic. You're like, oh my, wow, people are like perplexed about how you look better blonde. And you're like, yeah, everyone looks better blonde.
Yes.
Like that's not even a compliment.
It's so funny because I saw one, oh God, I forgot who it was, but there's like one famous person I saw who's less good looking blonde than she is brunette, but I think it's because I can't remember.
That's wild.
It's just because she's like so pretty is the reason though.
Oh.
That's like basically the reason.
She looks hot with any hair color.
Like she's just so, extravagant. And I mean, I think
if it's like,
Selena Gomez actually looks.
I was just gonna say Selena Gomez.
She looks better with dark hair. I think,
yes.
but she can pull off
Shakira.
blonde.
Well, that blonde looked great on Shakira.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shakira looks great. Blonde.
Shakira's so hot.
Blonde Shakira. That changed Shakira.
I know. That like made her. That,
she was singing. She was not even singing English language albums as a brunette. They said we're not interested.
Yeah. She got the World Cup.
Yeah,
I love the World Cup.
She has the theme song for the World
Cup. Oh, really?
That's one of my favorite Shakira songs.
So, okay, so my friend Kanon.
I love that song.
I think had a World Cup theme song.
Yeah, Shakira's really World Cup theme song used to be like my get like out of bed and go song.
So this is something I just took out.
Yeah, those are the little like holders.
Okay, got it.
Just so that the threads like don't.
Oh, so
push
this
down.
is how extensions go. Yeah,
there's different kinds. There's like you can tape or glue them, but mine are sewn in.
Right.
So there's different kinds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could never get them because.
Well, yeah, I think that I think it would tangle with your curls when it got wet, and it would be really hard for you to get it out. So, I mean, I guess you know what you could do. I've seen people do this online. If you wanted to get them, you could separate them with scrunchies before you got them wet and wash them in sections. I know.
Hell no.
I know it looked like
anybody listening to this who has curly hair knows. Vacations are different. Traveling is different. Everything's just different when you have curly hair. You have to like really. I mean, you need time. You need it is so much maintenance. That's why I love blow drying mine straight. Okay, so this is in, and I'm not quite sure. Okay, so this is almost out. Wow, I'm doing a great job.
Maybe since we're halfway through this, let's get a photo for the Instagram to promote the episode.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Get a photo. Get this on the gram.
I was like, I'm too old for my neck to be in this position, but you know.
Maybe Corinne, can you give a thumbs up? There we go. That's good.
For the gram. Okay, so I see there's wow, this is wild. Okay.
How does this feel going in versus going out, Corinne? Does it feel like you're like a when I get my haircut, even though it doesn't get that long, I just feel like a lightness.
Yeah,
Like
well, it does. Yeah, it
have-
does feel a lot later. I was worried that having extensions in, I would be uncomfortable all the time. It's really not. The only thing is, I can't wear like a baseball cap with extensions because my hair is just too big for all my hats. And it doesn't sit correctly. So that was the only. Yeah, thumbs down. And like the first couple days, it's like a little tight on your head. So sleeping like with your back on the pillow, you know, you kind of feel the way when you ever watch one of those videos of like dolls getting made in the factory where they thread their hair into their scalp.
Oh yeah. Like like a plucky.
Yeah, like so. Imagine what that doll would feel like, and that's how it kind of feels laying on it the first couple days. So I just sleep on my side. But then, yeah. And then, you know, ultimately when you're at like the 6-week mark or however fast your hair grows, you can start feeling it like fall out. And it just feels like you're walking around with just like garbage falling.
Do you have grays?
No.
What the fuck?
Not unless you see them. I mean, like,
What? I don't see. No, I don't.
I'm already
if
getting
you
them in
see
my
them, then I
beard.
do. But if
Dude, I get gray hair. Maybe it's because I smoke. I don't know.
I think it's genetic. My grandma
lame.
isn't even fully gray, and she's like turning 90 this month.
Oh my God, more presents from Nancy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that because because I believe
I'm
hair
gray as
stuff is from your mom's side.
Great. Well, when my biological father had a Jufro, so I actually don't.
You got that. You got the hard one out. Oh my god! Wow.
Now there is this one had like there's a matted area
wow
on your hair, but
I'm so impressed.
Ooh, that's so. Ooh,
oh, and there's
nice.
because I was like, there's still like the black gray in there from the top because
you
I've
save
had
it
these
for
through
later?
different colors.
You should hang it on the wall,
Yeah, can you save it for later?
or we can mail it
again?
to Cuomo,
I mean,
and with no context.
I
and
paid
he's gonna
several
get
$100s for these, so I think I'm just.
Oh,
gonna
you should keep them. You should keep them.
Just put it.
because I can still use them. I might. I just always take them out in the summer.
They're in your actual hair still has some stuff in it, but I imagine you can wash that out with like when you take a shower.
So wait, but there's
Because when you have conditioner in your hair and it makes it like smooth as shit.
Go put these in Cuomo's
Okay, so
trash
this-
outside his house. See if
Okay,
that
so like
creates
really
any
lean
problems
down.
for him.
Okay, there we
Wait,
go.
what did you say,
I
Eric?
said go put these in Cuomo's trash outside his house. See if that creates any problems for him.
Oh my god. Yeah. So wait, was Andrew Cuomo? He must have been married at one point.
I mean, he has kids, so
Do a
yeah.
little research right now.
Yeah, do
I
some
think
research.
he-
Well, it was funny because on the mayoral, on the first debate, one of the last questions they asked is how much do you pay a month for either renting or owning, and he
grand,
like
right?
said it so fast. He was like $7,800, but it's he's $7,800, and not to mention that's like the apartment he basically kicked his one or more of his daughters out of because he's been living in Westchester supposedly for the past 30 years.
Okay, this is his. He was married from 1990 to 2003.
Oh,
And then he later
13 good
dated Food Network host from 2005 until September 2019.
Who?
Sandra Lee.
Sandra Lee.
Sandra Lee?
I watch a lot of Food Network and I don't know who
She
that
okay?
is.
I don't know who
Should
she
interview
is
her.
either.
Sandra Lee.
Sandra Lee, you want to come on the podcast talk
Yeah.
shit?
Do a round table with her and his ex-wife.
Sandra Lee.
So I'm thinking of Sarah Lee.
Oh yeah.
Well, and also I'll tell you this too because I just want to talk about. I went to a wedding this weekend. First of all, when two artists get married, those are the only weddings I want to go to. They're so enjoyable, and they're both singers. But I told the guy after the wedding, I'm like, out of every wedding I've been to, That's the best vows I've ever heard of a straight man. One of the things he said that I was like,
I love that.
was, I promise to always be curious about you.
Ooh.
I'm like, that's all we fucking want, dude. And you just said it. Like all of his vows, I was like snapping. I was making a lot of noise in the back. And he was like, shut the fuck up. But I was like, yes, King. Just because that is amazing. And, I don't see the point in having kids for me personally, but I totally see the point in a wedding. We need more community events where we all come together. That's like not a wedding and not a funeral.
I agree.
Like, what the fuck? Like, it is so spiritually uplifting. It's good for your soul. It's good for your heart. It's good for your sense of self, your self-esteem, to have events where we all come together. And it's so rare. We need to start making I don't know if we need to make a fake occasion or what, but we really need to get on that.
Well, that's why I like the astronaut that I follow. Her mom threw her a shower for her next mission into space.
Nice.
So kind of career showers and stuff like that. I think if you pass the bar exam, you should definitely get a party or some kind of an event. I mean, Kim Kardashian, she did just pass the bar, so
amazing.
They did a little event, obviously, and I'm trying to, but I'm like, what other events, and I think more events to celebrate people who maybe are succeeding in ways that are less socially traditional.
Yeah.
Because career is still pretty socially traditional. I mean, I think there's a lot of people who get behind sobriety is a good one.
Hell yeah.
But I think also maybe you don't need to hit rock bottom to be celebrated.
That's
also a problem that I have with
You don't
society.
need to hit rock bottom. You don't have to marry somebody, and you don't have to push a human being at your poos in order to have a party for yourself.
I do like what the Egyptians would do.
What would they do?
I love that. Of
Tell
course.
us more, Eric.
They had their calendar was 360 days, and then the last 5 days were just for
Fuckfest?
partying. It was just like a 5-day celebration that they do at the end of the year.
Ooh.
And that's why they say I think it's party like an Egyptian or dance like an Egyptian. It's that's where that term comes
Dance like an Egyptian.
It's walk like.
from. Or walk like an
walk
Egyptian.
like
Whatever
Well,
it
you're
is.
talking about the Bangles song?
Yeah,
Sure.
I think that's where that comes from.
That is what I'm talking about.
I love the Bangles.
Let me do some research before I just start making wild accusations.
Well, okay. So wait, did you just present us with the fact that you're not 100% sure if it's
that's
true?
fucked up,
The
Eric.
fact is true. I thought that there was a term that was part
Oh, there
of
might be dance, but I'm like, if the song is
I
"Walk
was
Like an
just-
Egyptian,"
Yeah, I was just making the connection.
which I feel like is a
But-
song that is so good, but that could absolutely never be made today.
No, the Egyptians would do that though. They would have,
Would party?
yeah, they would have the 5-day party at the end of the year.
That's sick.
Which I think that maybe a quarterly thing.
A quarterly party.
Yeah, like a quarterly. It's like a break. Every 3 months you get 1 day where it's work just relax. Because I feel like all the holidays are condensed, or at least in the West, they're all kind of condensed in
They
few
are
parts of
condensed,
the
and then
year.
you have to spend so much time with family. And I go, well, this isn't really
don't like your family.
a party.
Yeah, it sucks.
I like my party, but my family, but it's still not. It doesn't feel
not
like
what
a
I'm party
party.
with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
it's
want
all
party.
between end of October and end of December. It's all 2 months.
I miss house parties.
Oh, I love
Let's have
house parties.
Can you have one?
I love house parties. I was thinking of having a 4th of July when I was thinking about if I wanted people in my house again or not. There was a couple of years that I just didn't want people in my space.
Yeah.
So I have to figure it out. But I have been thinking about it because I feel like with my new backyard,
It's so pretty.
I was already the designated
So
4th of
now
July
these
person.
little thingies like that one, this one came out, the square thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to get those out? I can't really get some of these out. They're attached to your actual hair. Fascinating.
Oh yeah, no, I mean you can just hold the root and pull them, but if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to. They'll fall out.
Okay.
I'll feel them, and honestly, when I brush my hair, a lot of times they just go flying
Okay. Fuck yeah.
because I can't really feel them. It was the weight of the extensions falling out of my head, and the heat of them.
Because Beyonce has extensions. I'm like, I wonder what she. Well, also she grew up at the hair salon because Miss Tina owned a hair salon.
Oh,
That's where she practiced her first. She would clean up the hair salon, she would entertain the guests, and she would sing for the guests, and just everything. And Miss Tina has her book out, her matriarch book, and fucking I saw they had this huge. they put an ad not over, but just under the clock tower of Big Ben. I'm like, good for you, girl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's incredible.
Guys don't really have, like women have, I know guys go to the barber, but it takes like 2 seconds. Like women always kind of famously say like, you know, your hairstylist is your therapist, you know, just because you have like these lengthy conversations because these things take so long. Guys don't really have like a thing in their life that takes long. Do they?
No, not
Commitment.
Who wants that?
Zingers to that. No, I don't like as far as like bodily upkeep. I don't think
like where
so.
you're in the presence of another man because you need a service from him. That's not really a thing for guys.
Maybe like I guess
women get their nails done, their makeup done, their
yeah.
hair done. Like so many things take the amount. I mean, that's where I think the patriarchy is keeping us down.
I agree. I think
The
about that
amount
all the
of money
time.
and time we spend. Now, granted, I love feeling hot. I love it. I love it for me. I don't love it for a man. I don't love it to get laid. I don't love it for anything except me. It just feels good. It feels good to feel like as beautiful as you feel on the inside, you know? But god damn, it's so much time.
Yeah, if it wasn't so costly and time consuming, I would have everything done all the time.
One time I got, when the nail salon was like super packed, I got, they did my nails on my hands the same time I was in the pedicure chair. And I was like, is this what it's like to be a celebrity?
Oh yeah. I feel like I don't like that because I can't I like to enjoy the two experiences separately.
Yeah, well, you can't even really enjoy like the foot massage part when someone else is just like, you know.
Yeah.
I will say when I did like the modeling stuff, I did enjoy the them cleaning up my fingernails. That was a very enjoyable experience.
Whoa. Yeah, that's nice.
You can get a nail brush.
Well, they would like cut off all like the dead skin around.
Oh, the
it and,
cuticle.
like,
Yeah, I like that.
and then
Cutting
they'd,
the
like, soak them in
cuticles.
hot water, and then yeah.
I had a friend who was, you know how we have your friends that like, you just have to take, they think you have to take their advice. My one friend was like, you never get your cuticles cut at the nail salon because you don't know if they sanitize it or not. I know they come in a little pat. And like like her and I would go to get our nails done together. This was years ago. And she would just like give me a lecture. And I'm like,
God.
you're making me only want to get my cuticles cut.
Yeah. I love getting my cuticles
Me
cut.
too. She just had a bad, I'm like, sorry, you got an infection.
It does happen
Rachel.
from time to time, but you just got to be like, yeah.
Okay, we are so close.
Are there any qualities you look for in a hairstylist or a barber? I feel like
Good hang.
I always look for
Their hair's good.
someone who's neurotic
yeah.
and not bald.
Yeah, well, I need, because my hair's just a wild card, so I need somebody to have better taste in the future of my hair than I do. Because I don't know. I don't even know what's possible.
Visionary.
Yeah. Yeah, my hair is also, oh God, it's just like, that's why I have this bit on stage where like my ideal romantic partner would be a really hot blind guy because you don't have to work, you know he likes you for you, and you don't have to like, you know, all the upkeep you know you're doing for you, you're not doing for him because he can't see your face. But I'm like, man, I would just, the amount of times, I would spend so much less time on my hair. So this is it, right?
Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, I think she's so two together. Woo! I knew you could do it. I have full faith in you, Krystyna. Thank you.
Well, I get, I don't know if this is ADHD, but I get like I have a hyper focus thing.
Feels good.
Where I can like zoom in on something and time goes away. Like I was just in the flow state.
Oh yeah,
for
I
that.
feel all those. Oh my God, those are really stuck in my hair. Those little things.
Yeah, there was like,
I don't even know how that's gonna get out.
So I don't know how your hair responds to conditioner,
Ooh.
but like my hair could be like matted and fucked up. But if I put a shitload of like
Oh,
a
so this
mask,
knot is in my own hair. Fuck,
yeah,
damn it.
I'm really good with those too.
Fuck.
Because
Okay. Fuck
I was
me.
a caveman child.
That's what do I
Raising
do?
myself.
Cut away from there.
That's crazy.
I literally had mats in my hair, and then I went to school with brown lip liner and light tan lipstick
How
of a center
old
middle.
were you?
Like 5th, 6th grade.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 5, and I was like,
No,
why
no,
were you
no,
wearing
no.
lipstick at all? Oh my gosh. Ooh, this is a big ass knot. Okay, well,
Wow.
we'll
We
worry
did
about
it.
that on a rainy day.
Yeah, so that was just for the, yeah.
It feels like a scam that we were just trying to get people to watch YouTube. But honestly, I thought it would be interesting, and I really did genuinely need it done. So why
I
not
never
film
knew
it?
what extensions like looked like. Like, what did the root of them look like?
Well, these are-
so this is a real person's hair. Or a person's hair?
Yes. Wow. It's it's
Now, does
it's
that bother
colored,
you
but-
with like the energy of somebody else's hair, or
No, because I feel like once it's washed, it becomes mine.
okay? Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
we're constantly buying food that other people made and put their energy in, and clothes that other people sewed,
true.
and
oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
yeah. The only thing I won't use is I won't use I don't accept like woo woo stuff from people I don't know.
Yeah,
That's it though.
totally. All right, guys. Well, guess what? There's 2 other places that you can hear us if you're interested in.
Yeah.
One is called Without a Country.
One's Without a Country. We live stream every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube. And I've been covering all the mayoral debates. So I did one that I'm really proud of. If you're interested, if you're a New York voter, and even if you're not, if you're just interested in municipal politics and what a mayoral debate is like, this first one was the one that I most likely would have financially qualified for. The further ones I wouldn't have. I did a watch along of it as part of Without a Country. But it's a standalone piece, and I think it really gives really good, accurate information. Actually, this journalist from a pretty high-level media outlet who I follow her work and I talk about her on Without a Country a lot, just DM'd me earlier because she said, I watched your mayoral debate coverage, and I thought it was excellent. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I feel so honored. So, you just never know who's watching your work, and I'm like, because I was just saying all weekend how proud I was of this particular piece I did, but it's such a niche audience. Like most people don't even watch the debate. Period. Hard stop. So they're definitely not going to watch me commenting on it. But I do feel like I was like the most qualified person in the city to host a mayoral, debate watch along. So if you're interested in getting a lot more information about the voters and kind of like behind the scenes stuff, go watch that on YouTube.
Yeah, and I have a Patreon where once a week I do over Zoom for 1 hour. I do group what I call therapy because I'm not a licensed therapist, so it's called therapy, not therapy. But we get into it, and I got to say the conversations lately, they've always been great, but there's such quality humans on these Zooms, and they're coming in with like really interesting, you guys come to the table with like really interesting like concepts you want to explore, things that you're going through that are really hard. And so we have these like philosophical discussions, but we also do like live, it's advice. And the audio lives on Patreon as like kind of like a mini podcast, a group therapy podcast after every session. But there was a girl who came in, she is very accomplished, and I think I might have talked about this last week, I'm not sure, but her boyfriend was really into LARPing.
Yes.
Which is live action role play, if you don't know. And he cut back on it. That was like his whole entire life. He'd never have a girlfriend until her, and he cut back on it. But he still kind of does it a lot. And so she was just talking about, she's like, this is really upset. Like, I feel like it's like that or LARPing or me. And, and we were talking about it. And then the next week, one of the guys was saying like, or a couple people pointed out like, oh, is it because you don't have a sense of community like that? Because that's such a tight knit, like niche community. And that means so much to people to be a part of a community.
Absolutely.
And she was like, oh shit. So like, we're just making realizations. It's fucking fascinating. And I don't have my solo podcast, The Voices in Our Head, anymore. So I kind of use the first, couple minutes of every group therapy session as for me to go on a little rant of whatever's happening or books I'm reading. I'm reading this amazing book called Bending Reality by Victoria Song. So I make all these recommendations. It's a great place. And you just it's the minimum donation is cost is $5 a month. So you can go to patreon.com/Krystyna Hutchinson, sign up, let's chat.
Nice. Yes.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, go ahead.
Oh.
You may.
You may speak.
You
may speak.
No, it's fine.
I was just going to say, follow me on Instagram and let me know where I should come on the road this fall and winter.
On her face.
Yeah.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Oh, that's it?
Oh, I was just going to say, well, working on Chicago, Milwaukee, Boston, and then a couple other ones. But if there are any other cities with a lot of people who would come and see me, let me know.
Beautiful. Beautifully done.
I'm so stupid.
And then real quick, I have an important call to action. I know on this show and in general, our listeners are always kind of like, the world's going to shit. What can I do? I promise you there are people in the world who will do the big things, but we all have to be doing little things and like kind of just make it part of our, our weekly routine to do a little call to action. So throughout this running for mayor process, 2 things I have found to be actually effective. Number one, of course, I talk about all the time is voting. You must cast your vote. And I'm specifically saying like make a point in voting in municipal elections, right? We wonder how the corruption gets to the top. Well, it's because we don't pay attention to the corruption until it's so big that we as people are almost unable to control it, and in many cases unable to control it. So I was thinking a lot about the concept of, people often move to a large city and then keep their voter registration in a state, and they go, well, my vote matters more there. And I don't know that I agree with that anymore. I never lived in a state where my vote mattered more, one place than another, although New Jersey is turning quite red. So that might not be the case for long. But as long as I was a registered voter in New Jersey, New Jersey, New York, it kind of didn't make a difference. And I know it matters in national elections, but so if you are doing that because your vote matters more there, are you also participating in your municipal elections? Because if you're only holding out for the presidential elections, I would highly recommend that you get informed about the municipal elections happening in the place where you're actively participating in, society. Just some food for thought, but just wherever it is, be voting in those municipal elections. Because even when I was registered in New Jersey, I actually was still voting in municipal elections. And then the second thing is calling your elected officials. I know sometimes it feels like you're just calling and leaving a message. It takes all of 3 minutes and you think, did I really make a difference? This really makes a difference. AOC did a whole video about how conservatives call at a much higher rate than Democrats, and that they get more things done because of it. So when you see these calls to action about calling your representative, you're either going to leave a message with someone or you're going to leave a voicemail. Most times, whatever you're calling for, the place has it scripted for you. It's very easy. And so that's something that I have been working on. I've been working with a group called the Cura Collective, and they are working to undo this legal loophole that exists in New York, but also check if it exists in your state, because it exists in many states. Many other states have already undone it, but it's this kind of not talked about thing called the voluntary intoxication exclusion. In short, it basically means if the night of your rape, you voluntarily consumed alcohol or some kind of drug, you most likely cannot try your rapist for rape in court. It will not be allowed.
No.
And so, because, I looked, some explanation is in New York, a victim's voluntary intoxication does not mean they have not given consent to sexual activity. The law requires that a victim clearly express a lack of consent, and that a reasonable person in the actor's situation would understand the victim's words and actions as an expression of lack of consent. So a lot of times, if you're under the influence, and you don't know how the night went on, but often, it is predators prey on intoxicated people, or maybe you started drinking voluntarily and then someone keeps buying you drinks, and it just gets really murky territory.
The amount of times I've seen a 22-year-old stumbling woman in a super tight, like a gorgeous girl in an outfit who is wasted, who is being approached by strangers on the street. I'm like,
Absolutely.
no. I walked that girl to her Uber.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get in the car. No.
Yeah, and the rationale behind the exclusion is often based on public policy considerations, such as the idea that individuals should be responsible for their choices regarding substance use and its consequences. So victim blaming, in short. That was a really flowery way of saying that. But it's a really simple call to action. And I do encourage, I would say all Americans can call. You could probably call internationally. I just worry that they would see your number. But I think, because in New York, there's people from all over. So any Americans, I think you can call. Because again, this is something that this is a New York State issue, first of all, but even if you don't live in New York State, this is something that this is the kind of policy that if a state like New York undoes it, more and more states will follow suit. So, this is where the call to action is happening now, but also look and see if your state has this loophole. And if, I'm guessing there are some kind of survivor advocacy group who is working on it in your state if it exists. If not, there's your lane. Maybe you could be that survivor advocate. And so it's really simple. All you are going to do is call Speaker Carl Hastie. It's pronounced Hasty, but it's spelled Heastie. You can also hit him up on Instagram. He does post semi-regularly, so I know he's on there. So you're going to call Speaker Hastie at 2 numbers. You can jot these down. The first is 518-455-3791. And the second is 518-455-4032. And just say, hi, I'm a voter, and it's time that lawmakers pass Bill A-101 to get rid of the voluntary intoxication exclusion. And you can add details if you're yourself or a survivor, if you're someone who has experience, in this, if you're an advocate. I called as a former mayoral candidate and a survivor advocate. I did one live call on Without a Country just to show how easy it is. Truly put it in your calendar and call every single day. Make it part of your wake up or morning routine. It doesn't matter when you call. If you call in the morning, you're probably going to get someone who's going to jot it down. But if you don't have time during the day, you can call and leave a message at night. It's really no problem. This is super important. It does get things done. And also, Speaker Hasty has said that not enough women, and he said women, that's why I'm saying women, not enough women are knocking down his door about this issue. This has been on the table for 6 years. For 6 years, people have been trying to get this done. It's basically everyone agrees it should be done. It's pretty much a nonpartisan issue. Yeah. He is the one who has the power to bring it to vote, though. And he needs to do that by June 17th to get it done in this calendar year before they go on break for the summer. So that's why we're pushing so hard. I went and did a press conference last week with the Cura Collective to speak as a former mayoral candidate and as an advocate for sexual assault survivors. And it's just really important stuff. And this is something where I think especially the listeners of this podcast, we can come together and actually get something done. And yeah, there's a million bills and legal things that need to be changed nationwide, but this is one small piece. And when we think of everything seems so out of control, this is something that I really feel if we stay on this from now through June 17th, we can actually get done. So I'm saying every day, just make the call a part of your routine, put it in your calendar, make these 2 calls, boom, 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 truly takes 3 minutes of your time. And this is the kind of stuff that actually gets things done. And I know it sounds so silly.
Because Speaker Hasty's going to walk into his office and his assistant or secretary is going to go, your voicemail's full. Yeah. Your voicemail's full.
Tag him on Instagram.
If your voicemail's full for days in a row and his Instagram is blowing up, he's like, wait, did I just all of a sudden get popular? No, it's people demanding that this law be put into effect.
Yeah, and it's not okay that we should have to demand our own rights, but like this is what it is, and let's be absolutely loud about it. And we do have the power to get things changed when we all come together. And again, this is like so easy. You don't have to leave your house. You can do it from your bed. You can do it naked. No one's gonna know. Yeah. Please do that and keep doing it. It's a thing that you can do daily. Absolutely. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and then just one quick thing. I just want to read a few words from Liz Plank, who I love, friend of the show. I really like her writing. We talk about a lot on the show. There's a lot of things that I personally have to work very hard to compartmentalize every single day, like just children being bombed in Gaza and aid not being blocked. And then I guess Greta Thunberg's fucking kidnapped or whatever. She's got taken into...
There's some asterisks to that story.
Well, but I don't know. I'm not trying to pretend I know the facts there. But, and then just ICE taking away... people's families, breaking apart families, immigrants are so important to America. They always have been. And it's just blows my mind that if a guy in plain clothes pulls up in a fucking regular ass car and tries to take me, my fight or flight survival instincts, I will claw that man's eyeballs out because I'm going to think I'm getting kidnapped. But it apparently is perfectly acceptable for a mother to be ripped away from her child. The fact that immigrants are showing up to their court-ordered check-in and they're getting kidnapped is so fucking disgusting.
Absolutely.
And it makes me mad every day, and I have to compartmentalize it. But
it's like, and it doesn't, people in the comments will be like, well, then come here legally. Like, the bottom line is,
no, that's not the argument.
Human beings and a country that prides itself on being the greatest country in the world has to treat human beings like humans.
And guess what? Empathy isn't weakness. It's what's for dinner. But she just wrote a quick piece called, and I'll just read a couple words from it. Hot guys block ICE fans. Women don't want flowers. We need fighters. This weekend, federal ICE agents rolled out through Los Angeles, raiding Home Depots, clothing warehouses, even a donut shop, detaining at least a dozen of people in Westlake, the Fashion District, and Paramount. Communities didn't just protest, they pushed back. Cars were set on fire. Concrete flew and bodies blocked ICE fans. This wasn't chaos, it was defiance. Among these bodies in the street were men who didn't flinch, men who stood tall, masked up, locking arms with strangers, men who did not look away, who didn't scroll past, who didn't say it's not my fight. That's the kind of masculinity that makes us feel something. Everywhere I look, I see discourse around the fact that men don't feel needed, that they feel lost and purposeless. But here's the thing. There has never been a time in recent history where you've been more needed. If men want purpose, if they want to feel like men, fighting fascism is the best way to do it. Nothing makes us want to pull you closer than watching you throw your body between injustice and someone who needs you. That's masculinity. That's devotion. And to quote the person that's currently next door, that's hot. It's Paris Hilton.
It's Paris Hilton. All right, guys, let's keep going. Someone else who is consistently fighting for the people is... Today's
freaking guest.
We swapped who says.
I'm like,
who
ooh,
says
tricks
what?
are being done on me. This is a great interview, and she's somebody who has a similar experience to.
Yes.
To us.
So today's guest is someone who I met through running for mayor. She herself is a mayoral candidate. She actually did make it onto the Democratic ticket after a long fight. And I've done several forums with her. I just really immediately liked her energy. And the first conversation I had with her, she was so warm and she was so open, which is not something you find with all candidates. Like, we are running against each other, but hopefully we are all still running with the same kind of agenda, which is make this city the greatest city in the world. I would hope that's what everyone is running on. It's certainly what I was running on, or continue to make it even greater than it already is, that kind of a platform. And I just love her. I love her joy. And she's getting shut out of a lot of spaces because she does not have a political background and she's not a huge fundraiser. So I said, why don't you come on my show and we'll give you the space here on GWF to talk about your platform, because the city of New York is failing to do so. So I'm very excited to welcome to the stage New York City mayoral candidate, Dr. Selma Bartholomew.